Hey guys, so as you can see, I'm doing lots of experimentation with how I can get good audio on my Insta360 R1 1-inch edition. So you can see I have some lapel microphone, shotgun microphone, stereo microphone, and all of these microphones are going through this USB-C adapter. Now, I just now recorded an audio test that you can check out on a different video. And I myself don't actually have the result, but if it's anything like when the first test that I did on this thing, it is going to be very disappointing. So what I want to do now is I'm going to see, can I use Bluetooth devices paired straight to this Insta360 and get audio that way. So normally when you have a Bluetooth device, you would buy like a Bluetooth dongle that goes into the 3.5 millimeter microphone in of your camera, which in this case would be through this adapter. But what's actually quite interesting about the Insta360 is you can actually pair it straight into the camera. Now, strangely enough, they don't brag about this feature, and they also don't even admit to this feature. Because if you go into the menu system, all they claim they can connect to are AirPods, which is like the Apple version of Bluetooth headphones. But so for a very long time, I thought there was no Bluetooth function, until I realized, but wait a minute, AirPods are simply, there's nothing revolutionary about those whatsoever. They're just Bluetooth headphones, basically. So why can't I connect other headphones to this thing? And it turns out you can. The menu system is called AirPods, but so far I've been able to connect both of my Bluetooth headphones or headsets to them. So I guess we'll start with this one, because it looks like I already have that one registered. So this one is Sony H.ear, which is a pretty old headphones and headset, and I have been using them like crazy. So you can see there's even a crack here. Yeah, for a long time I was using these day in and day out, and they've probably been around the world by now. Bluetooth connected, and here it says AirPods connected, which is, these are obviously not AirPods. But don't get me started on that. So yeah, now that these are connected, I guess I'll make a little audio test. Testing 1, 2, 3. I am currently speaking through my Sony H.ear headsets, Bluetooth headsets, straight into the Insta360 R1 1-inch edition. And if I remember right, the audio should be pretty decent. I bought these thinking that they would be better than my really old ones, but I don't know about Bose. It's just this really ridiculous, like a lot of the buttons aren't physical buttons, but rather like you tap on different spots on and it does various things, and it's super annoying. There's been times when I've been on a call center hold for hours, and then when I finally I get through to the call operator, I put on my headphones, not realizing that by doing so I accidentally pressed one of these invisible buttons, and which actually hung up the call. So I hate these physical buttons, and let me even see if I will remember how to pair these things. Testing 1, 2, 3. I'm now speaking through my Bose 700 connected through Bluetooth onto my Insta360 R1 1-inch edition. And if I remember right, this audio is actually not that good. Even though the music playback, I do think are a little bit better on these than those. But yeah, the audio recording, it just isn't as good. But you know, this is an updated test, so we'll see if the results come back the same this time around. So if the result is anything like the first time I did this test, it is basically pretty bad. But I guess that's to be expected because these things are made for listening to good music and possibly to like make phone calls and things like that. They're not really made for having good audio. Like when you make phone calls, it's not really that important how good the microphone is. So I've been looking at, can I get some kind of Bluetooth microphone that would connect straight to this? And I cannot find it. But what I can find is that there's a new Zoom. So you know this brand, Zoom. There's a new one that's coming out in 2 months here in New Zealand that will actually, you will be able to connect it through Bluetooth. So I'm hoping I can use that one connected to a lavalier or a lapel mic, connected to directly to the Insta360. So yeah, if you're not impressed by how these sounded, there might still be hope, because I love the idea. I mean, how cool is the idea of connecting straight to this thing? That means I could vlog on a really long selfie stick, and even if it's pretty loud, as long as I have one of these, the audio quality should be really good. And perhaps more importantly, since you wouldn't need to store it separately in a separate SD card, that means you don't have to sync it up later in post. So I see great potential. It's just a shame that these things don't really have that good of a microphone.